Have you ever dreamed of moving to a new country? Pictured a life of endless opportunity, gleaming cityscapes, and a future where everything just works. It's a powerful dream, one that fuels millions of people to pack their bags and take a leap of faith. Today, we're going to talk about a story that might sound familiar to many who have made that journey. Let's call our main character Paul. Paul is a composite, a reflection of the experiences of many African professionals who decide to build a new life in the UK. Before he ever set foot on a plane, Paul's idea of the UK was a masterpiece painted by social media and filtered stories. He saw a paradise of opportunity. In his mind, his professional qualifications and hard work would translate directly into a high-level career almost overnight. He imagined striding into a sleek office, his expertise immediately recognized and rewarded. He envisioned a world where wealth was just a matter of applying himself. The reality, however, often presents a different first chapter. What Paul didn't fully grasp was that for many highly skilled professionals from Africa, the initial path isn't a direct line to their dream job. Instead, the journey often begins with essential, yet unexpected, roles in sectors like healthcare or caregiving. It's not a step back, but a strategic first step away to get a foothold, to understand the system, and to survive while navigating the complexities of a new job market. This initial phase is a testament to resilience, but it's a part of the story often left out of the glossy brochures. Then there was the cityscape in Paul's imagination. His UK was central London. Think bright lights, the iconic silhouette of the Tower Bridge, the hustle and bustle of Piccadilly Circus. He saw the polished, historic landmarks that fill up Instagram feeds. He pictured himself living in a modern flat with a view, part of this vibrant, cinematic landscape. He didn't picture the reality for many newcomers, the search for affordable housing, which often leads to expensive, sometimes cramped, private rentals in neighborhoods far from the postcard-perfect city center. The real UK is a mosaic of diverse communities, not just the tourist hotspots. And finding your place in that mosaic is a journey in itself. One of the biggest draws for Paul was the promise of a frictionless life. Back home, he was used to a certain level of unpredictability. Systems could be slow, dates could shift, and planning often required a backup for the backup plan. He looked at the UK and saw the opposite. He imagined the National Health Service as a seamless machine, always there, always efficient. He thought university graduation dates were set in stone, a predictable milestone you could count on. He expected a society where everything ran like clockwork, a stark contrast to the beautiful, chaotic rhythm he was used to. But this expectation of perfect systems also has a flip side. While things are often more structured, they can also be slower and more bureaucratic than anticipated. Waiting lists, administrative processes, and the sheer scale of public services can be a surprise. The dream of a perfectly predictable system meets the reality of a complex, human-run world, and learning to navigate it is a crucial skill. Now, let's talk about culture. Paul was excited for the new experiences, the new food, the new people, but he couldn't have fully prepared for the profound shift in social dynamics. He came from a place of vibrant, community-centric life. Think of the energy of a Nigerian one party, a whirlwind of music, food, family, and friends. A celebration that brings everyone together. Life was lived out loud in the company of others. In the UK, he found a different pace. He described it as boring and individualistic. Neighborhoods were quiet, people kept to themselves. The spontaneous social interactions that were the bedrock of his life back home were replaced by scheduled appointments and polite, but distant, greetings. This isn't a judgment on either culture, but the contrast can be jarring. This culture shock, this feeling of isolation amidst a sea of people, is one of the most challenging and least talked about hurdles. It's the ache of missing not just your family, but the very rhythm of your social world. And of course, there was the dream of financial freedom. Paul saw the exchange rate and the salary figures and did the math. He thought he'd easily earn enough to live comfortably while also sending significant amounts of money remittances back home to support his family. This is a huge motivator for many immigrants, the desire to uplift those they left behind. But he didn't account for the immigrant's crouch. It's a term that describes a psychological state, a constant, nagging pressure to be productive every single second. It's the feeling that you can't rest, you can't fail, because too much is riding on your success. You're constantly in survival mode, calculating every penny, weighing every decision against the backdrop of your responsibilities back home and your goals for the future. This isn't just financial pressure. It's a deep emotional and mental exhaustion that can take a heavy toll. The dream of financial freedom comes with a hidden cost of relentless pressure. So, with all these idealized visions meeting a more complex reality, what kept Paul going? What fuels the determination of so many others like him? Beneath all the dreams of wealth and glamour was a more fundamental desire. It was the desire for a system where his rights would be guaranteed, a place where the rule of law provided a stable foundation upon which he could build a life. He was looking for a future he could plan, a society where he could trust that the goalposts wouldn't suddenly move. He knew, or perhaps learned very quickly, that he was entering a different ball game. The rules were different, the players were different, and the field was unfamiliar. But the core motivation remained unshaken, the pursuit of a stable, predictable future for himself and his family. Paul's story is a powerful reminder that the immigrant journey is rarely a straight line. It's a story of adjusting expectations, of incredible resilience, and of finding a new definition of success. It is about navigating the gap between the dreams sold on social media and the reality lived on the ground. It is about discovering that the real paradise isn't a place of immediate wealth or frictionless living, but a place where hard work, sacrifice, and determination can over time build a future that was once just a dream. The journey is tough, no doubt, but it's also a story of incredible strength, adaptability, and the enduring power of the human spirit to seek out a better life. If this story resonated with you, or if you've had a similar experience, share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's create a community where we can talk about the real journey. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. See you in the next one.